3D boxing, he was cruiserweight. We're sticking with cruiserweight. We've seen you at light heavy. We've seen you all the way up to heavy. Cruiserweight seems to be a good fit for you for now. You're still like 20 years old.
21.
21. 10-1. The one loss we can throw out, you dislocated your shoulder. You're looking lean. You're looking good. How's cruiserweight feeling? You making 200 easy? I mean, I know you bought a heavyweight like 203, right?
Yeah. Well, my last fight it was supposed to be at 200, but it was a last-minute opponent. So you know, I fought a guy that was 235, came at 201. It is what it is. You know, I got the job done. It was a unanimous decision. Looked good. But this fight, I'm definitely fighting. You know, at cruiserweight. Opponent that's at cruiserweight. So coming at that cruiserweight limit, I feel a lot better at cruiserweight. Feel a lot stronger. At heavyweight, it was just hard to condition. I was walking around 230, and I was just, you know, out of shape. You know what I'm saying? So I wasn't really like a true heavyweight. One day I see myself being a heavyweight, but I don't think not anytime soon. Right now, I just want to campaign at cruiserweight and you know, just go from one fight at a time.
You fought well, right? You took a heavyweight shot, right? You finally got 230. Did you feel the power? I mean, did you feel the heavyweight power, or was it just taken in stride?
I don't know if I said I felt the power, but I definitely felt the weight. You know, he was leaning on me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, and it made me bring out a different arsenal. You know, I had to box and move, and then later on, I started pressuring and being more aggressive because, you know, that's what people know me for, is being an aggressive fighter. But I had to pull out different tools and, you know, really use my jab and box and walk and just showing people that I am a complete fighter. You know what I'm saying?
So I wanted to ask you about that. Like you said, it was a rugged fight. Was that throw away the fight you fought with one arm? Was that besides that? Was that the toughest fight you've had so far in your career? You got a lot of early knockouts.
Yeah, well, I can't say it was the toughest because I did have some other tough fights when I fought Twan Smith, Tyler Vogel. Twan Smith was Kovlov's main sparring partner, and Tyler Vogel was bare knuckle fighting. He was bare knuckle fighting at the time. But I say, yeah, it was a good match. You know what I'm saying? But I want to say it was my toughest.
Saturday. Well, first off, unfortunately, Virgil Ortiz. I know you know Virg well. What are your thoughts on that? And you know, what do you know about Virg so far?
You know, first of all, I say, you know, Virgil has my condolences. You know, I'm sorry to hear that happened. I was told that he fainted and things like that. So I know the weight cut is very detrimental, and this is a serious sport where people have lost their lives in the ring. So I'm glad that
he's not fighting that way. Yeah.
You said what?
He's not fighting. He's not going in the ring with that condition. Yeah.
So I'm glad that you know, Golden Boy, they're prioritizing his health right now, and he's you know, I just want to wish him a quick recovery and you know, come back and give him a good fight. You know, the fight that the fans been wanting. So.
This fight with Stanionis has been postponed now 3 times. You know, Stanionis got sick. He got, what did he have?
Yeah, I think he
appendicitis or something. Yeah, and then Virg got sick again. But you're still on. Card's still on. You're still on. Joe Jones. He's been in with some good fighters. Joey Duarco, F.A. Apache. He's been in with decent fighters. How much do you know about your opponent, and what do you expect from him on Saturday?
I don't want to give the game plan here, but I know that he likes to, you know, he likes to load up, or he likes to be quick with the right hand. So, you know, that's something that I need to look out for. Not really a big deal, you know what I'm saying? I respect every fighter that I fight. That if you like, my slogan is, you got gloves, you got a chance. So I respect every fighter I train, every fight, every camp, like I'm training for a world champion. And I'm just gonna go in there and execute my game plan, not really let nothing get me high or low, or let nothing get me out of character. I know what I have to do at the end of the day, and just through everything, I'm just trying to glorify God.
You're still just 21, which is really, really young for a cruiserweight, a heavyweight. But you've got 10 wins now. I know you had some injuries and some layoffs and things like that, but do you feel yourself getting closer to that elite level and say, okay, I'm moving out of the prospect stage and I'm moving into the contender stage? Do you feel yourself growing in that?
I feel like right now I'm kind of like on that edge, because I know after this fight, if I'm successful, you know, when I'm successful and I look good, I'm gonna shoot up to 8 rounders, and that's where, you know, all the noise, more the noise is gonna be made. These past 2 years, you know, I've been struggling with a few injuries, you know, things like that, so it kind of held me back. But now I'm back on my feet. I moved from Dallas to Vegas to enhance my boxing career. and it's been really playing off. You know, I've been training with Larry Wade, Coach Deron, Bullet. You know Bullet. I've been in there in the gym with Rolly and them training. I got my pops. You know, so I got a real stable team with experience.
Because your whole crew, your whole family moved out to Vegas, right?
Yeah, well, my family, not my extended family, but
Yeah.
my mom, dad, sister, all of us is in Vegas, and you know, it's just, you know, just being out there really, besides boxing as well, it enhanced my life. You know, just on a journey and found God, became a disciple, and shout out to Valley Christians out there, the church. They helped me, you know, basically stay out of trouble. You know what I'm saying?
You got to be the first person to go from Texas to Vegas to find Christ. That's got to be the first time you go to Sin City from Texas.
And it wasn't expected. You know what I'm saying? I just came down to Vegas to just enhance my boxing career, and the next thing you know, it's like Christ was just knocking on the door and wanted me to get closer to him. And I started learning about him and learning how much he loves us. And that's one thing I want to say is if there's anybody out there that's going through depression, going through breakups, going through losses in the family, just pray. I just want to encourage you to really find Christ so you won't feel alone. If you find Christ, you find peace within him, and you really read the Bible, you understand how much he loves you. And through understanding that, you find peace. So I just want to encourage everyone to do that. And the ones out there that are in need or less fortunate, the ones that are struggling.
No, I agree with you. I came to Christ, New York City, Times Square. There was one of those street preachers on a soapbox with a sign.
Cool.
And
in Times Square, that's cool, man.
Convicted me. That day, I just gave my life to Christ.
Amen. I didn't know that. Amen.
I'll tell you this, I was actually with friends on my way to a strip club, walking through Times Square, and he told me I was going to hell, and he had a sign that said 1 Corinthians 6, 9, and 10. It was like, are you on this list? I'm looking through this list. I'm like, I'm on this list like 20 times, you know? And he's like, well, you're going to hell. And we had a talk, and it convicted me. Like, if that bus hits me right now, I'm going to hell. I don't know Christ. I gave my life to Christ that day. That was 13 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
But back to your fight. You know, you said, you know, you're in Vegas now. I know you coming from Texas. You're Texas through and through. What's that like going out to Vegas? Is it a culture shock? And you know, when I'm out of Texas, I miss Texas. Do you miss home?
It's a good question. It's kind of like almost like I said, hate and love. Like kind of like with boxing, you have a hate and love relationship. I kind of hate and love a little bit because it's like I was so used to Texas, but in a way I wasn't really growing in boxing. So I really need to move to Vegas, move somewhere where there's elite trainers, elite strength and conditioning coaches. There's elite work. You know, I got there's a lot of people out there that I can spar. Even the 180 pounders, they bring the heat. You know what I'm saying? They push me. So it's just a lot of more work out there. You know, Vegas is the city of boxing. You know what I'm saying? Everybody comes from all different directions to get to Vegas. So that's what I really need, and I got the coaches. But at the same time, you know, I do miss Dallas. I miss the southern stuff. You know, you got the Stockyards, you got Six Flags, you got I miss the vibe. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it's kind of irrelevant as far as my boxing.
For your boxing career, Vegas, it's the fight capital of the world. You got all the sparring out there. I mean, you get all the work out there. So, I mean, for a career perspective, it makes a ton of sense.
Absolutely. And that's the thing. It's like, am I going to focus on how I feel or what I need to do? You know what I'm saying? I focus on what I need to do is enhance my boxing career, and not my comfort. My comfort is in Dallas. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not growing in Dallas, so I made that choice to move to Vegas. And Vegas is cool. There's a lot more to do. We could be right here, and as far as outside of boxing, we could be right here, and it could be 80 degrees. And if you want to go skiing, you go up to the mountains. You know what I'm saying? Go ski. So it's a lot of things to do. Dallas is more flat, you know. But as far as boxing, Vegas is the spot.
It's obviously the place to be. I want to ask you, we got another Texan going to Vegas, Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford. Who do you got in that fight?
You know, I'm kind of neutral in that. I know them both. You know, they both got that dog in them.
It's a 50-50 fight, right?
It's a 50-50 fight, so that's why it's so hard. It's hard for me to make
Who you going 51% on?
51%.
I change my mind all the time. I was Spence for 3 weeks. I kind of leaning towards Crawford.
Like I said, man, it's neutral. I'm neutral on it, you know. But I'm more of a guy. If you would have given me a prediction from the first round, after the first round started, then I can give you a good prediction.
Let me give you an easy one. Little Charlo and Canelo.
Charlo and Canelo. Ooh, that's a good one. So I just know that Charlo has that dog in him, and it's gonna be. This is a time where Canelo actually fights someone that's really in his prime. You know what I'm saying? And that's gonna be probably a historical fight. You know what I'm saying? But I just know Canelo's gonna have a lot to be handed to him. You know, from Charlo. You know, Charlo. It's not gonna be no easy fight. You saw Charlo fight Castones, the second fight. That was an amazing fight. You know, Charlo broke him down by just boxing him, and then eventually his legs gave out. And I didn't even know he got knocked. I didn't know the shot hurt him. You know, he just kind of went down. So I remember that fight. And Charlo, he's definitely gonna bring that heat. So.
No, Charlo's got that dog in him for sure. So I mean, he's a little undersized.
Yeah,
your promoter B. Hopkins went up 2 weight classes and won a world title, so it can be done.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, I don't understand why he didn't go for big Charlo, but that's the only thing that is a little questionable is Jamel coming from that weight class and going 2 weight classes past his brother to fight. I believe to fight Canelo. So.
The rumors was that they offered to fight Charlo, Big Charlo. Big Charlo was going to take it, and he's dealing with mental health issues and some things outside the ring. So then after that, they offered to fight to Little Charlo, and he jumped at it. That's speculation. That's rumors. I don't know how much truth there is to it, but the fight was originally offered to Big Charlo, from what I've heard.
I understand that mental health is no joke, especially in the boxing game. You know, I talked with Teofimo before. He came to Mayweather gym, and he was just telling me about things in the past, and man, it's like, especially when you have problems with the ones you love in a relationship, it can really affect your mental health as a boxer. You know what I'm saying? So mental health is no joke, and I feel like a lot of prospects, world champions they're critiqued way too much. You know, a fighter, a prospect that fights someone and they go the full round, oh, it's a robbery. You know what I'm saying? Or same thing with a champion that doesn't knock someone out, oh, it's a robbery, or he looks sluggish. Like, at the end of the day, we're all men. We do this for a living. This is a dangerous sport.
It ain't golf. You got that right.
Yeah,
it ain't golf.
Absolutely. So it's just like us as fighters, we need the respect we need. You know what I'm saying? We need the respect we need. We're 2 men. We're gladiators stepping in the ring with a chance that we could possibly lose our life if something crazy happens. God forbid that it does. Knowing that we have family that we need to return home to. So this isn't like a normal job or you just go in and you punch in the clock, or no, we put our bodies and our life on the line. So I feel like what's the right word? Is to say ridicule or something like that? I feel like, I don't know if that's the right.
No, that's right.
You pretty know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? But not saying that 95 is like, I respect anyone that has that job, because it is hard. But you know what I'm saying, as far as physically, it's dangerous.
It is. And so you're in with a live opponent Saturday night here. When are we going to see you back in Dallas?
I usually always fight in Dallas or Texas. My last fight was in Arlington. So I say after this fight, if everything goes well, that's what I'm really focusing on. It's just this fight, not looking past my opponent or anything. That I'll be fighting an 8-rounder, and I'll be on the zone. And I'm pretty sure it'll be here in Dallas, because my fan base is in Dallas. So I always fight in Dallas. Like, even my fight at heavyweight was in San Antonio again. So I'll be back here.
Pretty soon, you won't be fighting on Virgin's cards. You'll be headlining your own cards. Tristan Kalkreuth, Sweet Tea will be the main event.
Absolutely.
What can we expect from you tomorrow? And are you going to seal it with a backflip?
I can't really say much, because I know this. My people are gonna see this interview and they're gonna be
they want you to get rid of the backflip.
They don't want to hear the backflip. So I just say since y'all gonna be in for a surprise.
So you're like 6'4", right? You don't usually get big guys doing backflips. Backflips are usually 6'5". You usually get little guys doing it. When did you realize that you could do a backflip at 6'5"?
Well, I've always been doing it since I was.
Since you were a kid?
Yeah, since I was a kid. I was in the amateurs. After I went nationals, every time I won a national title, I would hit the flip, and then I just carried on. Like, my pro debut, I had a thought about it, but I never even asked myself, am I gonna do the flip? I never even asked myself. Just I won my fight, and I had so much energy, so much adrenaline, so much excitement. I just, man, like I literally flipped, and ever since then, it's just been.
Once you figured out you could do it,
yeah, just
we could do it.
It's easy, you know. It's just really about technique. You jump, you tuck your knees, and you land on your feet. And so
I mean,
it's been,
you got to be some kind of athlete. I can't do it. I mean,
yeah.
you got to be a pretty good athlete to do it. Yeah.
But like, yeah, it's just been like kind of like a signature move. Everyone wants to see me fight, not just because of the flip. They like to see, you know, I got power on both hands.
Yeah.
I'm technical, fast, quick, got everything that has to be a complete fighter. But not just that. It's just like kind of like a cherry on top when after I win, they want to see the flip. So everyone asks me, hey, you going to do the flip? You know,
You don't get big guys doing it. You don't see cruiserweights and heavyweights doing backflips. You see flyweights and bantamweights doing
that's
backflips.
What makes it more. And I was told I like this name. It was from an article. They had put me on a magazine over in UK, and it goes like the nimble giant. And I was like, that's
I like that. I like that. Sweet Tea, Tristan Kalkreuth, Saturday night, Joe Jones at the AT&T Center, home of the Spurs. Tell them where they can find you on social media.
You can find me on Instagram at Tristan Kalkreuth, Twitter, Tristan Sweet Tea, and that's pretty much all the Facebook, Tristan Kalkreuth, and that's pretty much all it. Tune in this Saturday. I'm going to be in for a surprise, and we'll see about the backflip.
God bless you. Thank you.